What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 17 of Building a City. Today we're building a pharmacy slash chemist. So, yeah. Alright, everything's set up, so let's build a pharmacy slash chemist.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a pharmacy for all of your city building needs. Not only will I show you how to make the outside of your pharmacy, but I will show you how to make the very cozy interior as well. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, and you're new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. Now, just before we start building, everybody, here are all of the materials.
Okay. My dad is in the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Anyway, hello, Jaxie boy and Kirsty Poo. Welcome to live stream. I'm so sorry to hear that your dad's in the hospital. Hello, Nonio. Welcome to live stream. Everyone's going to join. Feel free to chat with me or anything. So, feel free to chat with me while I'm building my pharmacy slash chemist. What colour glass is that? I think. What kind of glass? I think that's light grey.
DIY is a humongous library of hands-on projects and how-to videos.
Of the materials that we will need to.
Yeah. Pardon me, guys.
Our pharmacy. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the build is a 13 by 13 block area, as represented by this white.
Pardon me again.
2 minutes if you do feel as though it may help you out. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Step 1, chemist building friends. Come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of your grid, if you've made it. Count inwards diagonally by 1, and this is where we're going to start things off. Place 4 light blue concrete on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extend to the right by 10.
10. So, okay, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Extend that 10th block backwards, also by 10.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I want you to extend that block down to the ground. But in addition to that, I want you to extend that block across and join it back to the front of the build. When it comes to the back of the build and the left side of the build specifically, you may choose to just make 2 solid walls. That means that you can connect the light blue row that you just created down to the ground. There is an option to add a window though onto the left side of the build. Not so much on the back because we have a lot here, but on the left side of the build there is an opportunity for a window. However, I'll let you decide whether you want to add that a little bit later on when we get there. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add detail to the lower part of the build. We're going to begin with the very first block that we ever placed, which is this one, and we're going to place 2 upside down quartz stairs extending from it. 1, 2. Place a light blue concrete, 2 more stairs, 1, 2. Place a light blue concrete, then 2 on top. You can also do the exact same thing over there on the left to separate the windows. What we then want to do is underneath this corner of the light blue concrete we want to place quartz slabs, and we also want to extend that end quartz slab backwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a light blue concrete and join down to the ground. Take the block that hit the ground and place 2 upside down quartz stairs, and then a light blue concrete, 2 upside down quartz stairs, and then you will have joined back to the back of the Chemist. You can extend the light blue concrete in the middle upwards, and that will give you this. What we then want to do is we want to place white concrete behind the quartz slab, so we'll only actually be able to see half of the white concrete. You can join it all down to the ground, although we are going to have to make some indentations in it, but if you join it all down to the ground, you can see where we're going to place the entrance. The entrance is going to be on the front, and it's going to be right here, like where these 2 blocks are in the middle. We're not going to place the door just yet. On the right side here, we're going to have a small window. It's going to be right in the middle there. And you can...
I'm on stream right now.
You have to come and wake us up in the morning.
Okay. Sure. Sorry guys about that, that's just my dad talking to me. Anyway, let's continue.
I'm going to place a light grey stained glass pane. And speaking of these light grey stained glass panes, that is exactly what we're going to be filling the windows in with. You can use white, or you can use blue, or any colour really. Any colour of glass pane you can use, it really doesn't matter which you use. It just seemed to me that light grey might actually be kind of nice on this occasion. I think it goes quite well. Well, now that all of that has been done, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to go all the way around the top of the building, and we're going to place 5 rows of white concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to place 5 rows of white concrete all the way around the top of the building. This building it's not going to have any other real purpose other than to show people. That this is like a chemist or a pharmacy. We typically call them a chemist here in the UK, but pharmacy is also very, very valid. It really doesn't matter what you call them, it's pretty much the exact same thing, I do believe. I don't have... basically just 2 different words for the exact same thing. So, once we have placed all of the white concrete on top, there we are, that's perfect. What I'm going to recommend you do is add quartz slabs to the lower half of the white concrete and the upper half of the white concrete like this. And that's going to go all the way around the build. What this will basically do is it will give a hard barrier between lower half of the build and the upper half of the build. It kind of frames things rather nicely, and it just looks cool. I don't think that there really needs to be a better set of reasons than that. There we go. Makes it look a bit more modern. We're going to fill the top of the build in using white concrete. Quite oftentimes I would tell you guys that, maybe make the top of it glass so that you can see directly into the building, or so that light rather permeates into the top of the building, and that way you don't need as much artificial light. However, on this occasion there's a ceiling inside, so it's quite irrelevant, really. Now that we've made the shell of the building, we're going to grab our lime concrete, and this is where things get to be a little bit more specific. So, you can see where the doorway is here, right? This is where the actual door is. Follow this upwards and find the first white concrete block directly above the door. It's here. Place a lime concrete, 2 above, and extend the middle, left and right. You should find that that is perfectly centered where you want it to be. You can add another one of these, although I don't know if it's a bit clunky. Basically, it's the same sort of positioning on the side. It's where the window is. You follow it up, you find the first solid white concrete block, you place 3 limes, and then extend the middle out. Is it too much to have 2 of these? I will let you be the judge. I might prefer there just to be 1. I don't know. What you could even do is you could just have 1. And you could say, like, get banners, and you could write Chemist, or Pharmacy rather, on the side of the building. So that's kind of up to you. I think I prefer just having one little plus up there, but that is just me. What else can we do? Well, when it comes to the windows, I'd recommend adding some string to the tops of the windows. There's only 4 windows at the moment, 5 unless if we add the other. But if you add string and then add some red carpet above the string, it basically just acts as a little bit of a canopy, and it just looks nice. It adds another colour to the build, which is rather important, I think. Well, the other little bits of decoration that we can do, by the way, we can grab the red tulips, smooth stone, oak planks, chisel quartz block. We might use steel lanterns as well, and we'll need the door and also bells, and we'll need other stuff too, but for the most part we're going to place some tulips just to the right of the entrance. It's actually going to curve around and sit in front of the doorway like this, to kind of perpetuate the red theme that we've just added to the build. We're going to add an oak plank here where the door is, and then that will actually allow us to place the door. So you've got a good feel of what the outside of this build will look like. You can add a pathway around the build. That's completely up to you. It's not really part of the tutorial to add a path. I've made it so that this build can pretty much just be dropped anywhere. It doesn't include the path in the grid. So yeah, if you drop this literally in the middle of the street, it'll be just fine. Like it'll sit there nicely next to your other stores. But just if you do need to integrate it into like a city street or something like that, then it works quite well just by adding a little bit of smooth stone or whatever paving material you might use. As you can see, I'm being rather consistent myself, and actually if I just line this up here and if I also fill the sides in, which I'll do a little bit later on, you can see that that's the sort of material that I actually use myself in my city streets. So it's all up to you. But let's head inside now. Oh, and also just going to add just a path here. But let's head inside now, and I always like using this view when I head inside. Let's head inside and we can tackle all of this. So what I want to do in here first of all is I'm going to re-floor it. Now the floor can be made out of anything. Honestly, probably what would make most sense is a white floor, because I always think of chemists and pharmacies and whatever. It's kind of like cream place. It's kind of like a hospital. It's meant to be very, very clean. However, I just find that oak, my favourite material to use as a floor is oak. However, I just find that oak. Of the materials that we will need. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure you got all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Pharmacies and whatever. It's kind of like clean places. It's kind of like a hospital. It's meant to be very, very clean. However, I just find that oak, my favourite material to use as a floor is oak. I like oak planks. It's a nice, warm, familiar material that goes with most anything. And I like using it as floors. But you can use, like, say, the chiselled quartz if you like, or any sort of concrete, but I think that that's a bit more of a homing material. I quite like this. There is going to be a ceiling as well, of course, that I mentioned. The ceiling is going to be positioned right here. So where the white concrete starts on the outside of the build is where the ceiling wants to begin on the inside of the build. So you can see it'd be rather futile to, let's say, like a skylight into the top of the roof without also adding it to the ceiling. But you could do that if you wanted to. There we go. And that we have done all of that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also going to add a bell here just above the actual entrance, so whenever you walk in it makes that very satisfying like ding sound that I really, really like. It can't just be me, right? I'm sure that you guys might like that as well. We're going to flash out the door frame a little bit, so instead of just having these white concretes here, we're kind of just going to add a frame. We're just going to add a little bit of light blue concrete, and what you can do is, so it's a bit more stylized, you can add a little bit of, there we go, you can add a little bit of quartz slab there too. A good place to hide a sea lantern would actually be in the corner there, so that actually makes it look a little bit more modern as well. So it's quite a modern looking Chemist in here. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start making some shelving units and stuff, and we're going to place some stuff on them. So we're going to use some white concrete for this. We're going to use some quartz slab. So we're going to use chests and trap chests, and I'll explain. We're going to use item frames, a load of potions, and we'll also need like brewing stands for the next part and some other stuff too. But the first shelving unit is over here. It's on this side wall to the left. And one right away from the window, because we don't want to block it up, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 white concrete on top of each other. To the right using 4 slabs, 1, 2, 3. Place a white concrete on the end, join down. We're also going to make a bottom shelf here, so just 1 row off the ground or half a row off the ground. And then we can place chests, alternating chests. The reason we use a trap chest is because if you try and place a regular chest, it doesn't like it. So just have separation. And then we'll place some item frames above and different potions inside. Because it's a chemist, I figure a Minecraft chemist will probably have loads of potions. Makes sense, right? So now that we've done we're going to leave a gap of 2 between this, and then we're going to place another white concrete here, so literally like opposite this live white concrete, and opposite the right leave a gap of 2, and then place like quartz slabs in between, and that's just going to make like a little shelf, just like that. And we're going to place like brewing stands on here, and chests, and trap chests, and just stuff that like a chemist may sell, like a couple of flower pots or something. You know, you can put literally anything in here. Like quite often, not only will they sell like, you know, just like medicines and simple things like that, bandages, all of that stuff, but they might also sell like, you know, silly little things. Like makeup and stuff, so you can include quite a few different things. I also have opted to put a little bookshelf selection back here, so start from this corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're just going to make it 2 rows higher, so just a set of bookshelves here. And this is actually where I opted to add an additional window in the original, so you can destroy 3 rows like this, right? And then you can see where the window would be, obviously, like it just slots in perfectly. And we... place 2 upside down quartz stairs, the glass in here too, string above the window, and red carpet above there. And it's just a nice place to have another window, and it includes more natural light, something that we really do quite want. I'd like to avoid placing any sea lanterns in the ceiling if I possibly could, but we'll just have to see how that goes. So the last little area that we've got to make is just where you would pay for the stuff that, or hopefully pay for the stuff that you've got from the chemist. So we're going to need like white concrete for this, polished diorite stairs. We're going to need like more stuff for behind the counter, so like brewing stands, chests, like a lantern, flower pots maybe for this. Polished diorite stairs. We're going to need like more stuff for behind the counter, so like brewing stands, chests, like a lantern, flower pots, maybe even like a flower weighted pressure plate. And believe it or not, we might even need some more stuff as well. Yeah, probably like item frames and stuff too for... some more advertisements, and we are already missing material, so let me just quickly chuck the item frame away. We need the quartz slabs, and we're going to start off the counter by placing 3 quartz slabs, 1, 2, 3, extending across from this back window. We're going to stick white concrete on the end, leave a gap of 1, and then we're going to have an entire row of white concrete like this. Now the diorite stairs are going to go somewhere along here. You can place a weighted pressure plate next to it. You can then place maybe like a flower pot with a flower, kind of keeping to the theme of adding a little bit of red, because I mean the inside of this is quite nicely colour coded with the outside too. Along this back wall you can say like add a couple of like brewing stands and a flower pot, maybe even a chest, just to look like more inventory. In addition to this you can add say like a sea lantern like hanging from here, and you could even stealthily like chuck one on a bookcase, and maybe even like the corner. In addition to this you can add say like a sea lantern like hanging from here, and you could even stealthily like chuck one on a bookcase, maybe even like the corner here. So again, kind of just to limit the amount of actual artificial light that we have. I know that lanterns are artificial, obviously, but I like the look of them rather than just adding loads of lights in the ceiling. But that's just my thing. You might want to change. You might want to have it in the ceiling. So it's up to you, really. What else can we do? Well, we can add some item frames about the place as well. We can item frames, we can grab some of these potions, and we also need to add a little bit of carpet down too, so... above here, above the brewing stands and stuff, maybe we can have like 3 more potions kind of like displayed. You can do this all over the place if you like, but I'm actually going to leave it kind of as is because I find it really, really cozy. You can add a bit of red carpet in front of the counter, and then you can add a little bit of red carpet as you come in, maybe kind of like in this square. What you could even do actually is just make like this entire little part here red carpet, and then the rest of the store kind of uncarpeted. And in doing that, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, you will have actually completed Your pharmacy. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the pharmacy should look like once it's been 100% fully completed.
We have finished a pharmacy. Now, I built this on building stuff, and I didn't do the inside because I was stressed about my old controller, but I didn't get stressed. I got stressed a little bit because of the blocks moving pretty slow, but that doesn't bother me. I like this build. It's pretty cool. It just feels like a very homeish one, and this one is pretty cool. I just love this one. It looks pretty. It looks really nice. I just love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a pharmacy slash chemist. If you did, oh, I thought I spilled my drink then. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a pharmacy slash chemist. If you did guys enjoy this video, smash that like button. Sorry about that, guys. Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day, guys. Peace out.